Welcome to Consciously Delusional with Brianna and Haley.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Hello. We are in a new location.
Yeah, we changed our set.
We did.
We're a little sweaty because we, along with our producer, just manually moved all of this and designed it.
So hot right now, I can't breathe.
So, excuse the glare.
Yeah, but we're excited. We like it. There's
really
purple
excited.
in the background. We both love purple.
I feel like it's like a little more casual, us being on the couch. I can like kiki with my girl.
Yeah.
I feel like at the table, I felt like I was kind of at like a job interview.
Did you? Okay. Yes.
But it's okay.
Okay.
I still support the table.
No, thank you. We had a little bit of a situation before this where I was slightly team table. However, I do really like it here because I like to be cozy. Like, this is my entire vibe. Like, I like to be cozy all the time. And, like, I love soft, cozy things. So, like, I'm with you.
So tell me about your week, because we've actually both been so busy. We have not been able to catch up. So I'm actually genuinely curious to hear what you've been up to.
This week actually was really big for me. And you kind of know a little bit of the updates, but I'll give some context. So last week when we checked in, I shared with you about the water damage and the mold situation in my apartment. I finally found a new apartment that I love.
Yay!
I'm really excited. It's
Yay.
in an entirely new building, different people. Not different people. When I say that, I was like, I didn't appreciate how the management handled the other situation. Yeah. And so when I say new people, I mean like a new building with new management there. And I just feel so much better. There's something about getting out of an environment that brings you down.
Amen.
Like, you literally could be like doing all the things, like working out, eating good, going to sleep on time, being like having a support system. But if you're in an environment that doesn't support you in whatever way that is, it really impacts us. So like for me, just like getting out of that place was so helpful for me. So like that was really big. What else did I do? That was like my main thing. Oh, I went to a cacao ceremony.
Oh, nice.
It was amazing.
Okay.
It actually was really emotional. I wasn't expecting it.
Okay. I've only done one cacao ceremony and I was like, wait, this actually does not taste good.
Oh my God, it tasted awful. And I love chocolate. I was expecting it. Well, because sometimes they do a little sweetener because I don't even need that much sweetener.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Like, we're natural girlies. Like, we're not like putting in all the shit. But like, I was like a little honey.
Yeah, a little honey. That's the thing is I thought of cacao as being like, okay, it might be a little bitter. It was like bitter mud water.
No, it was bitter mud water.
But the ceremony itself was beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it also, like, I have to say, with these kind of events, it curates such a great group of people. And so this was like an all-women circle.
Oh, amazing.
It was during the day. They created this gorgeous altar with like beautiful flowers, all different colors. And then there was oracle cards surrounding it. And like in the middle of the altar, there were cacao. What are they called? The large cacao beans.
Okay. Like the big pods.
Yes, the big pods. Exactly. Okay. Thank you. And so it was just like this absolutely beautiful presentation. Then we all like sat around. We introduced ourselves. We like answered these prompts. And it was just cool because all these women, like none of us knew each other. And we all somehow were able to like kind of tap in and be vulnerable and share what's on our mind and what it means to be a woman. And like, I think there's part of me, like when I was younger, I'd be like, this is so fucking cringe. I can't. And now at my age now, the ripe age of 32, I'm like, no, it was so it was amazing. And like, I actually loved it. I felt so connected to my ancestors. The day that we did it, in Colombia, it happens every 6 months where it's like this fertility day, and I feel so bad. I should have had more prep. But basically it was talking about fertility, and it was a day to give thanks to our past generations and our past ancestors.
That's beautiful.
And I have this ring. It's a cameo, and it was passed down from my nanny, my mom's mom.
Okay.
And to my mom, to me. And so we all brought something special. We put it on the altar, and like it was like blessed while we were having this cacao. And like I kept getting chills and like these like memories of my nanny, and it was just like really, really special. And that's actually also where I got the crystals.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
And we love crystals. So
yeah, I've only ever done one cacao ceremony. I did it in Colombia as well. We did a big Friendsgiving last year.
Amazing.
And there were like 40 of us though. So it was like very, very big. And it was my first one. So I didn't really know like what intention to set. I didn't really know what the vibe was.
Totally.
I was like, okay, should I drink this? Should I not? I'm like looking around.
You're like, why does this taste like ass?
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm like, wait, this actually tastes terrible. And then someone started singing and it was beautiful. But I was like, I am so unclear what's going on here.
No, sometimes it's a circus and you're like, what the hell am I like sitting in? Yeah.
But yours sounds like really beautiful. Like I love the story behind it. Like you know, for me, like I have people who are close to me who have also passed on and I have jewelry from them. So like I of course was thinking, I'm like, I wonder if I would have felt connected to, not to make it about me, but no, I'm just wondering.
It is about you. I was there. I was like, Kaylee would have loved this. Like, I wish you were there.
Thank you for thinking of me.
So like, I like, actually, I was like, we need to go to another one together.
In 6 months.
In 6 months. Yeah. Well, no, they do them all the time, but that specific day was like all about that. But like, I don't know, we can just like do our own thing.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I think you would have loved it.
I would love to go to one. Yeah, I think when I did mine, like the intention, I just was like, wait, I don't know what's going on. I came for Friendsgiving. Where's the turkey? Why am I drinking this mud water?
Yeah.
But open to it and want to do it again.
Yes, and it was like smaller. Yeah, I think you'd like it.
Okay, I'm actually trying to remember my week because I literally have the memory of like
a fish. Me too.
Is it of a fish? The elephant
Doris.
is the good memory, right?
Yeah, it's the fish Doris in like Finding Nemo, where like it's like every 10 seconds. I'm the same way.
It's okay. It's Dory, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna go jump off a cliff.
It's okay.
Just proving my memory is not good.
What did I do this week? So I've still been, since we recorded last, I kind of went off the grid for like 3 days. I was not opening text messages. I was not responding to people in a timely manner. I restarted watching Girls on HBO last weekend.
Thank God.
And
amazing.
I hibernated. I was like, and the closest I got to cacao was like eating chocolate on the couch.
Okay, wait, you little like traditional ceremonial girlie.
It was me, the cacao, and Lena Dunham.
Holy shit.
And her, like all the times you see her tits in that show. I've never heard
of such a holy experience in my life.
But I've basically just been in solitude.
Okay.
But I needed it because the last couple episodes, my mood, I shared with you and everyone else, my mood has just been, I'm running on empty, and it's making me snippy, and it's making me irritable, and it's making me want to kill everybody. And I'm usually not like that.
Yeah, we're not violent people normally.
No. I will like plan out killing you in my head, but I'll never do it.
Yeah. You're safe.
I feel so rested. I feel so recharged. I feel amazing. I feel really happy.
I'm so happy.
So actually one of my friends just moved in the apartment complex across the street from me.
Okay.
And I can literally see her balcony from my house. And she hosted a group of girls over at her house, and we did a yap and scrap. And I just like painted a picture.
Wait, what is yap and scrap?
Yap and scrap is just like yapping and scrapping. And by scrapping, I think it's
that
like
such a good description. Thank you. I have a really
scrapbook,
good idea.
but like everyone was doing a different activity. So one girl like brought a painting that she had already started, and she wanted to finish it. It was so good.
Cheating.
The other girl was making her own. The host, she was making her own chess set out of clay, and the pieces were like, it was like nature themed, and the pieces were little mushrooms, and she was hand sculpting everything.
Oh my God, I want
literally
that.
painted
That's so
a fucking shitty hibiscus flower.
Can you not be so mean to yourself?
No, but like compared to the other girls, like it's like, you know, it's like, anyway, I'm not
sure
trying to be mean
really
to myself.
Good.
And then this other girl did like a really cool vision board in her journal type thing. Everyone's was really good. I just felt like I was the least prepared because
I get that.
I decided to go last minute. I wasn't going to go, but it's literally a 2-minute walk from my apartment.
Which we love.
And I was like, I should get out of the house a little bit.
Yeah. And you can always leave too, because you're like, I'm literally just across the street.
Exactly.
So like it's safe.
But it's funny because I got there and it's actually was some of the people I had already met many years ago, and I was reconnecting with them.
Yeah.
I met some new friends who I'm so excited about.
Amazing.
And yeah, so that kind of like brought a little pep in my step. And since then, I haven't been doing anything. I went back to the gym today.
Okay. How was it?
For the first time in 6 weeks.
Okay.
7 weeks. Whatever. It was amazing. I felt so good. I realized part of the reason I've been so bitchy lately is because I haven't been working out.
Which is such a thing for me. I think that's like why because like you and I feel like also were mirroring each other a little bit, where like I also was bitchy and I was irritable and I wanted to punch everyone in the face as well. Again, we're nonviolent, but I'm just saying, like, I was there with you, and like it was because my doctors were like, you need to not work out. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's so helpful for my mind. So that makes so much sense to me. Like, I get that.
No, I actually was thinking about that today too. I was like, you know,
that's
were both.
That's why Brianna's a bitch.
No. Well, I was like thinking to myself, I was like, we both were kind of feeling this way, and we both have not been doing the workouts that we usually do.
Yeah.
And so just being in the gym. So I started at a new gym because I quit my old one because they're losers.
Yeah, losers.
And this one's a 2-minute walk from my house. So
Perfect.
I'm like walking in the sun, going to the gym, planning my workout. The guys who check you in at the front desk, super, super hot.
Thank God. Tattoos?
You know what? I don't recall. The one that was hotter, I didn't see any tattoos, but I didn't see him unclothed.
Okay.
So
You didn't seem unclothed. Oh my God.
I know.
These men are clothed? How dare they?
I know. I'm such a prude these days.
Do you ever feel like you're in a porno though? Sometimes, like when I'm doing, hear me out. The look that you just gave me when I'm at the gym and I'm doing a hip thrust, or even if I'm just like stretching, like I'm just stretching out my hamstrings, I'm like, this is X-rated. Like I feel like it's like I feel like I'm doing a porn. It's like too much for me, and I'm like I want to hide. I don't want anyone to see me when I'm doing it. Like it just feels so raunchy. I don't know.
I have actually never felt that way. So interestingly enough, I actually feel sexy at the gym because I wear cute gym outfits.
Of course.
But when I'm like lifting super heavy and like blowing my cheeks out, like like I don't feel like I'm in a porno.
Okay, but like but with a hip thrust, you're literally like. And then, like, what if you, God forbid, like, you catch eye contact with someone?
And then you guys start fucking like it's a porno?
Exactly. And then you're like, wait, this is so weird how this happened. No, I'm kidding. But, like, I don't know, like, that's happened to me before. And I, like, feel exposed. I don't know. I feel vulnerable sometimes. And, like, especially stretching. Because I like to stretch, like.
I stretch in private. Always.
Where can you stretch in private? There's no privacy.
Well, like, for example, in this gym and every gym I've gone to, there's usually a private room. So like this one, like because it has a bunch of classes, they're not all in session at the same time. I'll go in and stretch in there. I feel really good after going to the gym. I feel good. I feel like just I'm myself again.
Yep.
I feel like there's been some planetary stuff going on. I don't know. My TikTok algorithm
full moon.
Has been telling me. I didn't know that.
Yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn, I should have put my crystals out.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Still do
There's
it tonight.
Always another one.
Do it tonight.
But is there a full moon tonight?
It's like 99.9% a full moon. It's just not full. It's not 100, but like you're close.
Okay.
I
feel like we have to talk about this.
Tell me.
Speaking of my week.
Okay.
There are a few times that I miss being in America.
Okay.
Very few.
Mm-hmm. I like how you're looking at the camera.
This week was one of them. Because when a Bravo scandal breaks out, I want to be in the US with my Bravo girlies. Bravo's not a thing here. Yes, I could get a VPN. Yes, I could do all that, yada, yada. But like the Bravo culture is not here. And you're not a big Bravo girly.
I'm not tapped in.
A huge summer house scandal happened this week.
Okay.
That I've been kind of monitoring in the background until it was confirmed. Yep. Wondering, is this really going to be real? Is this PR? I won't get too far into it because a lot of people who are listening to this might already know about it. And if you
get into it, because like some people, like I don't know anything about it. Like just to like be clear, Haley is our Bravo conformant. Is it conformant?
in
our correspondent.
I'm like, what is conformant? Are we making up words now?
Conformant.
So I am a previous Bravo correspondent. The thing is, I haven't watched Bravo since I've been down here, although I did find Vanderpump Rules dubbed in Spanish on network television here one time,
and
a very long time ago.
Speaks Spanish, so perfect.
And it was so funny. But I'm really behind. But when I went back to New York a couple weeks ago, I was staying with my friend and I told her, like, girl, go to bed. I'm watching Bravo. And I would like stay up all night and like catch up on all the shows. And Summer House was one of them. So basically, for those who don't know, if you live under a rock.
Okay, I'm the same though. Okay, and it's so interesting. So do high level. Yeah.
High level. So basically, there's a cast of a reality show. Two of the girls were best friends, and one of the girls dated this guy who continues to play in her face. His name is West, and the girls are named Amanda and Ciara. Basically, Amanda, who is Ciara's best friend and is also just getting a divorce from her husband, who also films the show, has started a relationship with West. I know that was I did not do a great job.
You did a great job
explaining that. But basically, it's a huge violation of girl code. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe you, because Ciara is like one of the most loyal and best friends ever. So basically, people are like shitting their pants online. And so when it broke out, I was like, who can I talk to? Who can I talk to? Like, nobody was there. I'm like, I'm texting my friends in New York. I'm like, oh my God. And they're like, yeah, everyone in the office is talking about it right now. She's like
trying to tell me about it. I'm like literally so low energy because I don't know who we're talking about.
No, but she was being so sweet. She's like eating her lunch. She's like, tell me more.
No, but I actually am really interested because, okay, one thing, and everyone knows this, but like, so Summer House is set in New York in the Hamptons, and I'm an East Coast girly. And I like do know like high level these people. Like I know their faces. I didn't know Wes's face because I think he's a new one.
Yeah, he's newer.
But like I'm still like, I still know a little bit. It's still interesting. Like I am really into it. I just feel like I'm not as good as like sleuthing, I think.
Yeah. I think for me is I'm not so much interested in like the dynamics of like, oh, she broke girl code, or
Yeah.
ooh, I can't believe she chose West, or I can't believe she's doing that to her ex-husband. I'm more like, how could these people be so stupid and think that after there have been other scandals on Bravo that have set the tone for what would happen here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how could you be so stupid to think that the public was going to take this lightly? They released a joint statement together.
Okay.
This is Amanda's second joint statement in 90 days. The first one was with her husband announcing their separation, and now it's with her best friend's ex announcing their launch. And
so wait, can we confirm their launch? What does that mean? Are they dating?
Have hard launched their relationship
So
on social media.
They're like dating.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
have
seeing each other
confirmed it.
casually. Like it's her boyfriend.
Well, girl, I don't know. They said they hard launched, basically. I mean, if you have
Okay.
a publicist writing something for you.
You better be my fucking boyfriend if I have. Yeah.
Exactly. But there's all these things coming out that
Okay.
there's like video, someone like secretly taped them through their apartment getting intimate and then sent that to Ciara. And that's how Ciara found out. There's another theory
That's
I heard
horrific.
that Ciara had Amanda's location on Find My Friends. And then she saw her at West's house and was like, what are you doing there? And she like ghosted her and didn't reply for like 2 days and was like, oh, we're just friends. And then like a few days later, she's like, actually, no, we're together. So there's so many theories. What I think is going to be the most interesting thing of this scandal is,
Okay.
so you have, in the previous Bravo Scandival from Vanderpump Rules.
Okay, and I heard about that. I never watched the show. Like I even heard of that. That was like I feel like that made the news. Like I feel like that was like even like on like ABC or like the Today Show.
Well, it was just like it literally rocked the nation.
It literally rocked the USA nation.
Yeah. Ariana, the girl who got fucked over in that situation, went on to just thrive. Okay.
Yeah.
She's acting in scripted series. She's the host of Love Island.
Yep.
She's I think she did dance. Did she do dance? I don't know. She might have done Dancing with the Stars. I
feel
can't
like
remember.
she did.
Yeah, she did do
But
Dancing
I
with
feel
the
like
Stars.
I'm an awful person to confirm because I've never watched it.
Basically, her career just took off. And what I think is really interesting is when Amanda and Kyle announced their divorce, everyone was Team Amanda because Kyle's kind of a douchebag.
Okay.
She was getting brand deals. She has a swimsuit line. She was doing collaborations. She was not doing anything less than 6 figures per deal.
Amazing.
And she just fucking threw all that away. She could have been on the Paige DeSorbo, Ariana Madix track, and now she's on the Raquel Leviss track. And I'm like, how could you be so stupid? You've thrown away your entire future, your entire reputation. For what? For what? West Conrad? Ew.
Okay, can I say, two thoughts. And I said this before, but I'm like, I mean, is she really going to lose deals about it? Like
they've already dropped her.
But she's already, like, this is already PR. Like, everyone says, like, no news is, all news is good news or no news is bad news. So I'm like, okay, she's in the news. Aren't people going to want to, like, feed off that a little bit?
No,
like,
her collaborations have dropped her.
I'm shocked by that.
Already.
That shocks me. Okay, and then number 2.
And they've like sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but they've like given her shade in the comments. They're like, same product, same launch, different model.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's shitty. Okay, and then my number 2, that's so funny that I go, okay, wait, actually I'm not gonna say that.
Brands don't want a villain to represent them.
It depends. If you're Diesel,
fair.
I don't know. Actually, no, I love Diesel, but I feel like they want like a bad girl. But anyways, okay, let me get out. Like, I'm gonna continue. I think it's a really unfair, and I actually don't know anything about this. So first, let me ask: is it West or West?
West, like the direction.
Is West getting the same amount of heat?
No, what's interesting.
Wait, let me finish though. Because is he getting the same amount of heat, and like, why does she get all the hate? Because like, yes, girl code 100%, but like, why are we always blaming it on the girl? Why doesn't the guy have to take any responsibility? Because like, I'm sorry, are you kidding me? If my ex went after my good friend, my best friend, I'd be like, what the hell? Like, what? I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's not fully fair on his part either.
I totally agree with you, but unfortunately, like, the way the cookie crumbles is I feel like the women always get the brunt of it.
I know.
He has gained 50,000 followers since this has happened.
So unfair.
She's lost followers.
That's crazy.
And then Ciara's gained like 100,000 followers. Kyle's gained. Anyway, this is the thing is I think the reason why people are being harder on Amanda is because she's Ciara's best friend.
Yeah,
I think
of course.
I think people expect men to be a dog sometimes,
which is not fair.
But they don't expect women to betray their best friend.
Of course.
And so I think that and again, I'm not saying one is worse than the other. I think that they're both fucked up, but I think that that's unfortunately due to like just society always like blaming the woman. That's what happens. I also think, listen, I know what she did was fucked up, but I actually have sympathy for her because West feels a little predatory in this situation.
Like, that's predatory. She just went through a divorce.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, he has been around and she's leaving a marriage where she was treated terribly. She was consistently disrespected on national television. She was cheated on multiple times and really verbally abused. And I feel like he saw that, like, she was at her lowest. And I'm not saying he did it because of that, but I think that, like, he could have had a little bit more common sense and maturity and says, listen, you're in a bad stage right now. You might be forming connections quicker because you're looking for some type of attachment given your divorce.
Some support, some comfort.
But he's just like, the thing is, all the heat he got for the last time when he played in Ciara's face, for him to come and do this again. I actually heard a really interesting fan theory today. And then we can move on from the summer house stuff because I know you're not a Bravo girly. But
no, I'm interested.
I thought to myself, why on earth would these people admit this, right? Unless they're like, I was like, at this point, they have to get married to make it worth it. But for me, the summer house scandal was like, other than going back to the gym, I don't want to say the highlight of my week, but I did have something to live for again.
Oh my God.
I just needed more people like to talk about it with. So the last thing I heard, so Rihanna, our queen Rihanna,
I love her,
follows the summer house cast because she loves summer house.
Okay.
And so she unfollowed Amanda Batula and DM'd Ciara saying, I have like a red carpet, high profile celebrity who just won an Oscar who's interested in you. And everyone's saying it's Michael B. Jordan. Can you imagine if she came out dating Michael B. Jordan, like fucking ultimate winner of all time? Like, that's how you win a fucking breakup.
I just got nauseous.
Again, the name's not confirmed. This is me. Deductive reasoning. Oscar winner, fine black man. Rihanna setting you up.
My jaw's tense.
I know.
Like, because there is a part of me, again, consciously delusional. It's not really conscious. It's more delusion that I'm like, he's my husband.
She does like Michael B. Jordan.
I mean, that's fine. He can date her for a second. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that.
She's just keeping him warm for you.
Yeah, and I'm dating right now, even though I'm not.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that's fine. Like, I'm working on myself. He can like work on himself and talk to her.
Yeah.
And then we'll just get together after.
Yeah, exactly.
That's totally fine.
That all of this summer house talk makes me think of something interesting, and I want to hear your perspective.
Okay.
And you've shared a little bit of it already, but like, what are your thoughts on dating a friend's ex? Is there ever a time where it's like an absolute no-go? Is there a time where it's ever allowed? Or is it just, girl code across the board? Tell me what you think.
I think it just depends on what the relationship was. Like,
totally.
How, like, were they just hooking up? For me, like, I don't want to be with anyone that's hooked up with a past friend of mine.
Yeah.
Or hooked up with a friend of mine. I get, though, that, like, some of these circles are really small, like, especially their circle tiny. Even in Medellin where we live, like, it's a small circle.
It's a super small circle.
So, like, if you went on a date or two or, like, had a fling that was casual, I don't think it's as bad. I do think it warrants a conversation and just, like, look, like, this is starting to happen. I want to make sure our friendship comes first. And so I want to make sure that you're cool with this.
Yeah.
Or not even, or if you're like, I really like the guy, you're like, I am doing this. I want you to be okay with it. Like, how can we maintain our friendship?
Totally.
If they were dating seriously, though, that's hard for me. I think, has it happened before? Are there exceptions? For sure. But that would be really hard for me.
Has that ever happened to you?
It's never happened to me. I'm trying to think. It's never happened to me, but I have had, like, this is going to be confusing. I was dating a guy, then, like, one of my best friends, her best friend started dating the guy.
You're dating a guy.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So it's basically like.
So she was like in the middle.
Yeah, she was in the middle. And, like, I hated it. And I really didn't like it. But, like, I'm not going to approve or deny anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That it's not my right. But, like, it was uncomfortable. And we were all just, like, in this small circle and whatever. And then I dated him after. Why'd I do that bad?
It's okay. We live and we learn.
I know. He's so hot. Okay. Anyways, oh my God, we ended that out.
It's funny you say the hot part because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, would I let someone date one of my exes? At this point, I don't really have the greatest track record with exes. So if one of my friends is asking to date one of my exes, I'm like, girl, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking, like, hypothetically, like, because I'm so petty sometimes, I'm like, if their dick is small, have them. But if it's like a grade A eater,
oh my God,
some BDE, Even if I can't have it again, I'm like, if I can't have it, you can't have it, bitch.
I know. I get. I want to be in that. I'm trying to be like. I that would be my initial reaction.
Yeah.
Like it actually would be like hurtful for me. Like
Yeah.
it would be really hard. And I would be more mad at the guy though, because I would just be like, actually, I don't know. It's not even fair to be mad at them if there's a genuine connection.
I know. It's like, what are the rules? It's like, when do we remove ego and when is it okay? But also, like,
Exactly.
it does get convoluted.
Yeah, ego gets it gets confusing. Because
Yeah.
like if they actually love each other, then like who am I to say anything? But like, I'm sorry, especially like some of my past relationships, like there was some toxicity there where there would be like, we would be trying to make each other jealous.
Yeah.
And like that's not cool. And that's also not fair to the girl then, because she thinks that you're interested and you're now just trying to make me jealous.
Yeah. Of all my exes that are available to date still, I think there's only one of them that I would have some type of feelings about.
Yeah.
And I think it's only because it's still a little fresh.
Okay.
And maybe like in a few months from now, I'd be like, okay, go ahead. But again, ladies, if you're ever trying to date my exes, let me just tell you now, don't do it.
Okay, but let me say this. So, like, what if it was me? Like, what if it was someone that you hang out with all the time? Because then that means that you're also seeing your ex all the time.
Ugh.
That's what's hard, too. Because, like, if you
That's
wanted
actually
to date
a really
my
interesting
ex,
point. I've never even thought of that.
I don't think it would upset me if you wanted to date my ex. But I would be like, we can't hang out. Like, I don't want to. Because I just.
It would. Which ex are we talking about?
Not.
They would absolutely upset you.
Okay, it would. This is fucked up. It would upset me if it was like the really hot one that I showed you. Because I would be like, wait, I really want to fuck him. That's so inappropriate. Oh my God. But if it was like the other one, no, I think I'd be okay with it because like he is a good guy. But I think I wouldn't want to see him all the time.
Yeah.
Like that's what would upset me.
Well, don't worry. I'm not going to date your exes. The one ex.
I would never date your exes either.
Well, yeah, you would be like, ew, no. You'd be like, girl, what the fuck is this? I'd be like, it was a dark time. It was a dark time.
No, you have cute exes. You showed me. Yeah,
I do. You know what? You have seen a couple of guys that were not my exes, but casuals.
Yeah.
That you got excited about.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The first time I came to Colombia, and it's actually funny because I wanted to talk about this today.
Okay.
I dated for looks over anything else. Integrity, personality, anything. And when I first moved here, my Spanish wasn't so great, so there was a language barrier. But god damn, there are some fine men here, and they're my type. Latino, tall, tattoos. Some of them are tall, tatted everywhere. Kind of like a little like hood,
swaggy.
A little swag, like a little sketchy, you know?
Yeah.
So I was basically dating men like men date women. I was like basically treating them like trophies. I was like, look what I got over here, you know? So there are a few that, although they were toxic and did not go anywhere, or they basically were just like situationships or casual, I still hold them in the trophy case. And I do show the girls time to time, say, look what I bagged.
And they're only for you, for your trophy case.
Exactly,
and you don't want them to be in other people's.
But that reminds me. So one of the things I wanted to share with you that happened with me this week is... I don't know what's been going on. My whole life, speaking of exes and also speaking of everything else, I've never run into an ex.
Okay.
Like in the wild.
Really?
Never.
What?
Never once. I've never even seen them.
This happens to me literally all the time, even in Medellin.
Okay.
It happens to me constantly.
Never have. And I've always heard like,
I'm shocked.
Okay, if you like never see that person again, it's because their chapter in your life is over or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh God.
I don't know. That's just what I tell myself. I'm like, okay, cool. I learned that karmic lesson. They're gone.
Okay.
So recently in Medellin, I have not like seen them face to face, but I've seen in public, like right by me, 3 of people that I used to date.
Okay.
So one was a while ago, and I saw him with his new girlfriend, and she actually like looked pretty miserable. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad we broke up.
Yeah.
The second one was, oh my God, I'm blanking on the second one. I feel like we were driving home from the Mind Against concert. Remember I saw the pilot on the street?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I saw him, and then I was just like, what the hell? Like, he doesn't even live here. What is he doing here?
That was random.
And then I did confirm it was him because I texted him and I was like, I just fucking saw you. And then we chatted a little bit. And then I'm walking from the farmer's market the other day.
Okay.
And I just knew right away. I see this guy, the first Latino I ever slept with.
Oh.
A pinnacle moment in my life.
Yeah.
Someone that really changed my trajectory forever.
Oh my God.
So cute. He was like playing with a little kid though. And I'm like, ew, is that your baby? Like, so what I did is he was like on another corner and I was like over here and I was like, no, I must walk by him so he can see me.
Yeah.
I've also like lost a bunch of weight since we hung out the first time. And like, I just want you to know that I'm still in Medellin.
Yeah.
I don't know if he noticed it was me. I like walked by him and then there's all this construction in my neighborhood. So
You're
I'm
like,
like, where should I go?
You're like walking by, you're like trying to be casual, but you're like looking.
No, I didn't look at all. But I had just bought myself like a huge bouquet of flowers at the farmer's market.
Yep.
But I just thought that was really interesting.
That is interesting.
I have just keep seeing these guys from my past like out in the wild. And that's never happened to me before. And then to have 3 of it happen so close together, I'm like, is the universe telling me my husband is coming?
Okay, well, so this is actually really interesting. This is going to be so same but different. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today was bringing it back to my week at the cacao ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any of the women there.
Mm-hmm.
We're all introducing each other. And I'm talking to this one woman and I find out she's from Boston. And I'm like, oh my God. And then we're talking a little bit more. And then we're trying to figure out like what town we're from. She's from the same town as me.
Small world.
And okay, so what you just said though, like seeing like these past exes, like how do we decipher like, or how do we make it up for ourselves, decide for ourselves, whether it's something that like just coincidence or like is a sign? Because like for me, I was like, all right, I'm at this cacao ceremony. It's like about fertility. It's about thanking our ancestors. And like I'm in the middle of Colombia. Like I'm like in East As, like Envigado. I, by chance, go to this ceremony. Like it was the old apartment building I was living in. This one girl who was there for like 2 weeks sent me this link and was like, hey, if you're interested, you should go. I, by chance, decide to go. I wasn't even feeling well, so I like almost didn't go. I'm like, whatever, I'm going to go. And then I meet this woman who's from the same town as me. And like, I'm just like, I don't know, like sometimes for me, it just feels like there's meaning to it. And then I go into this thought process of like, all right, I need to know what the meeting was. Like, what was I supposed to learn from this woman? Or what was like, why was I meant to meet her? Or is it just literally coincidence? And because like this also happened to me when I first got here a year ago, I went to a lunch. I've shared this with you before, where I go to this lunch. I almost actually didn't go to this lunch either. I was like rushing around. I was sweaty. I was like, I don't feel like going, but I went. We're all sitting around. It's how many people at the table? There are there's 6 of us at the table. So it's a small group. We're going around, we're introducing ourselves. I say I'm from Boston. A guy from across the table is like, I'm from Boston. And then he's like, where are you from? He grew up on the same street as me. And then even further, he was like, well, which house were you? He was my next door neighbor and we shared a driveway. He left a year after I moved in. So we like never really crossed paths. But like, these moments, like specifically these 2 moments, I'm like, what are the odds? So like it's a small town. It's not like I'm from this like big town. I'm from this small town that like I meet these 2 people with all these like similarities in this random ass place. And like, again, at this lunch I almost didn't go to, this cacao ceremony. And like, I have all these other like kind of synchronicities. Do you say synchronicities or synchronicities?
I literally don't even use that word.
Okay.
Not because I am too good for it. It's too good for me.
Oh my God, stop it.
I say coincidences.
Okay, coincidences.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. So for me, I'm like,
I
okay,
say weird shit's happening, dude.
Weird shit. Okay, well, honestly, I'm like, okay, for me, I'm such a meaning maker. Like I always like am so in depth. And like a lot of times friends have to tell me, girl, it's not that deep. Literally, it's not that deep. So like, I'm like, okay, is that one of those moments? Or like, is there a deeper meaning to this? So like with you and you're like seeing your exes, are you like tying that to meaning and being like, okay, like this is the God, this is the universe telling me something? Or you're like, okay, coincidence? Because for me, I'm really trying to ask myself, okay, what was I supposed to learn from like meeting that one guy or meeting this one woman this past weekend?
That's a really good question. So when I think of how I want to answer that, I think our situations are different because
well, that's
mine
romance.
Are like previous romantic one. And by the way, I just want to let everybody know here, like I have not had that many boyfriends. She's use the term. I'm a retired whore.
I'm kidding.
I use the term ex. Like for me, like if we've gone on a few dates and we've dated, I like throw around the word ex casually.
Okay, we have to get into this on another episode. What is an ex?
For me, but the thing
What's
is, apparently,
considered
like,
next?
that's really, like, not okay.
I
So,
don't know.
of the 3 guys I talked about, only one of them was an actual relationship.
Okay.
So, I'll explain to you really quick. So, I think the first time, that's the one I saw first.
Yeah.
I think that was God letting me see him.
Okay.
Because, or the universe or whatever, because we had a bad breakup, and that was the first breakup that I ever did everything right, like you're supposed to do. Like,
Okay.
I blocked him, I cut him off. It was done. There was no back and forth. There
Is
was
this who I think it is?
Yes.
You saw him?
Yeah. A while ago. Did I tell you this?
No.
I was on the back of someone's moto,
Oh,
driving in Provenza.
Look at you.
And he was doing some street art
No.
for a business because he's an artist. And his girlfriend, she was sitting there just like waiting and watching him do his work. And she looked fucking miserable.
Wait, I cannot believe you didn't tell me this. Holy shit.
I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
probably
I
saved
thought
it
I
for
did.
the podcast, I bet.
No, but this was like a little while ago, like a few weeks.
Okay.
And I really in that moment felt, because I had no closure from that situation. I had not spoken to him,
Yeah.
seen him, anything.
Literally,
I really
cold
just was
turkey.
like cold turkey done
Yeah.
for years. I really felt in that moment that was the universe being like, girl, this could have been you.
You made the right
You would have been
decision.
the girl sitting there miserable.
Oh.
Like, this is like, I'm giving you a little bit of like petty reward. Like,
yeah.
you know? And you want to know what's so funny? When I saw him, I was on the back of a moto and I'm just like looking around and I saw this guy who had like a great ass. And then I looked at it and I was like, I know that ass.
I know that
I
ass.
know that ass.
I
And then
know
I
that
started
ass.
looking and I was like looking at the leg tattoos and the arm tattoos. And I was like, holy shit. And
Oh my God.
it just was like a moment where, I don't know, like I just was like, okay, girl, you made the right decision.
Yeah.
Like you respected yourself. And I was really proud of myself.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you for saying
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
No, seriously.
So I felt like in that instance, it was the universe giving me like a little message. The other two, I feel like were coincidental.
Okay.
Because there was no greater, deeper meaning.
Mm-hmm.
The pilot, what like, you know,
I know.
I had already like been like,
Yeah.
and then the guy who was just like my first Latino, like I think it was just like a beautiful full circle
Just like
moment.
a reminder. Like, oh my God, you
It
had
was
this
like
beautiful
this
moment. Yeah.
was, you know, one of the best. This was one of the people I hung out with on my first time in Colombia.
Yeah.
This was like, you know, who made me aware that like I am into Latinos
yeah.
and Latinos are my type.
Yeah.
So it was like a beautiful moment. I was like walking, I had just bought myself flowers and I was like, oh my God, my first Latino. And it's funny because on my list on my phone of like
Yeah.
my sex list, in parentheses next to his name is like my first Latino.
Cute.
So it was just like funny. Anyway, that's I kind of went off on a tangent.
No, you didn't. Okay. So it sounds like the first one was like, you feel like was a message from God
Yeah.
or the universe, and then
Yeah.
the rest were coincidences. Yeah, like for me, I haven't figured out. Like,
I think
because I'm like,
for
for me, for like instance, like at first with the guy, I was like, okay, I'm supposed to marry him.
That's a big conclusion to jump to. Like, I'm supposed to marry my neighbor.
Okay, but I'm sorry. First off, when I never wanted to come to Medellin because I was like, always like, I need to travel. I want to live near the ocean. So I wasn't going to come to Medellin. And then the fact that I went and then like 3 days in, I go to this lunch that I wasn't going to go to and he's sitting across the table from me. And like, he's from the same town, same neighborhood. And like, he literally babysat the kids who lived in the house, my house, before I lived there. And I babysat the kids who lived in his house after he left. And so for me, I was just like, what are the odds for some reason? And I guess I'm a hopeless romantic. So I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to marry him. And then we hung out.
I would do the same thing.
We hung out and then I was like, okay, we're not supposed to get married.
Yeah.
But like, that's what was my first thought. And now I'm like, okay, like, why was I supposed to meet him? Because I really do feel like, I'm like, what are just the odds of that are so low that I'm just like shocked by it. And then again, with this woman, I was like, oh my God, I met this like woman from Hangout. And I'm like, and it just, then I kind of lumped them together. I'm like, okay, I keep meeting people from my hometown here who weren't there when I was there. However, like it just feels like some kind of message, and I don't know. I notice a part of me trying to make meaning of it, but I just don't have any yet.
I hear you. You know what? When stuff like that happens to me, I've had similar experiences. I met someone from my hometown who like lived in my neighborhood when I was in London once.
Okay, see, that's wild.
It was so wild. And
Yeah.
I never saw her again. And I don't know. I don't know what it was. I think for me, I was just like, what are the chances? And it just continues to remind me what a small world it is.
It's such a, no, it's
like, it
such
doesn't
a
matter
small
what
world. It's
country,
weird.
continent, where you are. Like, There's some kind of connection.
There's some kind of like everyone is so far away yet so close. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
it's just so wild. So no, I'm so with you there. But yeah, it was like it's something I've been thinking about and trying to like decipher for myself and like I don't know, be a little introspective about because even if there wasn't any meaning from it, maybe God didn't send these people into my life, but like I could always kind of maybe be introspective and think about, okay, like what does this person remind me of and like what comes up for me?
Totally.
I don't know.
And you know what's something to keep in mind too is like what I've realized is sometimes the first meeting isn't like that's just what it is, the first meeting. Maybe you're going to see them again down the line and it's going to make sense to you, or maybe you will never see them again. But sometimes when I feel like it's like a karmic connection that's going to happen no matter what, like you'll see them again and it'll all make sense.
I agree. So it's like hindsight's 2020 for sure.
And also sometimes it might just be like something as simple as, hey, I'm putting myself in group settings and like I'm getting rewarded for putting myself out there by someone who's familiar to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's so true. It like doesn't have to be like this like really intense like magical love story or like I don't know. With this woman, I was like maybe like I didn't know because then with the guy, I definitely went a little bit more overboard with. But with the woman, I was just like, oh, I don't know. Interesting. Okay, wait. Anyways, I have a topic.
Okay.
And I'm excited about it because I don't know if you will know more about it, but it's more pop culture.
Okay.
And so I was just curious what your thoughts are.
I'm excited. And truthfully, I don't know what she's about to say.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I feel like I'm a little bit more of the pop culture. I don't know if I'm more.
You are for sure.
Okay, cool. I'm glad she said that.
Yeah.
I'm totally like the pop culture queen between the two of us,
Again,
which I don't know if I'm proud of that.
Correspondent, our pop culture correspondent.
I am an asset for a trivia team.
No, you're an asset. You are absolutely an asset. You know everything. And you're such a, like, you know the details. So wait. Okay.
But, like, I should, like, you know, become a correspondent for something that, like, actually matters.
That does matter. We can get into that's another episode, too. Because I'm like, I'm so over people.
Pop culture matters.
Oh, I'm over people being like, oh, I, like, listen to, like, all these, like, fancy things. I'm like, well, okay, I'm sorry. People also need joy. And, like, there are also undertones of more serious topics that, like, people just, like, take it for, like, superficiality. And the people who think that actually are superficial. So fuck off. Anyways,
all right, lay it on me, girl.
Okay. So there was a Bachelorette season that was already been recorded and was set to air, I think literally in February, like, or March, like was supposed to be airing right now. And ABC, who streams The Bachelorette, called it off. The CEO called it off because there was a news report that I'm looking at my phone because I have to look up the name. So the host or the Bachelorette was Taylor Frankie Paul, who was formerly on the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. That's hard for me to say. So,
which I have not watched that either.
I haven't watched it either.
I'm aware of it, but I have not watched it.
So I haven't watched it either. So basically, there was like a clip that was shared of her, and this is a trigger warning, throwing chairs and kicking her ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
And because of this, ABC was like, it's too much of a liability. We don't stand by these actions. So we're canceling the whole season. Even though it's recorded, we don't know if she met someone or like usually they end up at least dating someone. And so I was like, okay, that's really interesting. Like, do we not stand by, but like if you were the CEO of ABC, would you have done the same thing or not? Because now that's impacting so many people. So, and like, all these contestants who are on, all like the activities that they have, all these like partnerships. And I don't know, it's tricky for me. It's really controversial, I think, or not controversial, but it's a sensitive subject because by no way, we were joking about punching people in the face earlier, but which is not funny, but we pretend and like this was serious. And so we don't condone violence at all. And we don't support it. Stop it. Get out of here.
I'm joking,
this is so bad. No. Okay. So we don't support it though. And we don't support those actions. So I think that it's twofold for me where I'm like, I don't support those actions. And equally, there was a show that was recorded and it impacts all these other people and all these other partnerships that they have. And also, this was from, I think, over a decade ago. So, like, then I kind of go into, like, having grace for people. Now, she was violent towards someone, so she should be held accountable for sure. But, like, it just is murky to me. So I'm curious what your thoughts are. And this is serious, so I didn't mean to make it so serious. But it's also, like, pop culture, like, world.
Totally.
Because it's Bachelorette.
So.
Did you hear about it, number one?
I was patiently waiting. I actually do know all about this and
Oh,
have
you
done
do?
some research because
Oh my God, our correspondent
this is
shows
why
up.
when I was in New York, this all happened.
Incredible.
And the girls I was with
Yes.
were all talking about it. And so I looked it up. So
Okay,
a couple
thank you for
things.
patiently waiting for me
Of
to
course.
get through that. I'm so excited now because I don't know anything about it, but I've been like really thinking about it, like the morality of it. And I know you're going to have all the details.
I'm going to give you my thoughts. So
Okay.
I, again, don't know anything about the cast of that show. And again, have not been a Bachelor girly. I like reality TV. It's not, I just don't really...
Girl, stop it. You watch all of Bravo.
I know, but I don't go towards the love shows is what I'm saying. So like the Bachelorette and
okay.
Bachelor is like not my thing. And then also like
I go
we
towards
can't
love
get
shows.
Hulu down here even with a VPN. So I've never watched the Mormon Wives. And if I'm gonna watch Mormon Wives, it's gonna be Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So this is my
Your
thoughts
take
on it.
Okay.
I never condone violence. I know I winked
course.
earlier and was being a little cheeky.
We're cheeky, but we're not serious when it comes to that.
Yeah. I watched the video. Have you watched the video?
I've never watched the video.
The video's bad.
Oh.
The video's bad. However, I will say that while I don't condone any violence, I think that this man was narcissistic, her partner, and I think that he was taunting her and pushed her to a point where she just had a breaking point.
Yeah.
And then she lashed out and started throwing furniture. And I'm like, damn, that girl is strong because she's little.
Holy shit.
But the video was intense, especially because the child was in the room.
Oh, that's awful.
It was like sitting on the couch, I
that's
think.
horrific.
But
Okay.
this man was clearly trying to get a reaction and taunt her and then taping her. Now, this is where it gets weird. He waited 3 years to release the video until the biggest day of her life when she went on The Bachelor. And I think it's out of revenge. I think it's like if you really wanted to punish someone, or
if you wanted justice.
If you wanted justice, you would have like filed the domestic. And maybe he did. I don't know this, but it felt very calculated and targeted. I also have heard some things that obviously The Bachelor's never dealt with this situation before. So Taylor Frankie Paul still got paid out because her contract said we'll pay you X amount of millions or whatever for filming.
Okay.
There was nothing about it airing. So she still got her full check. I've also heard that the contestants of The Bachelor are suing ABC for not showing it. And I also heard that they posted it on Hulu for 48 hours. And because I saw it on TikTok, people were like, you can go and watch it for 48 hours.
Wow.
So I don't know what they're going to do. And this brings back what I said earlier and what we talked about earlier is how many men in the professional industry,
get away
whether
with
it be
this shit.
sports, usually sports, right?
Yeah.
Football players or, anyone, entertainers, have a domestic violence charge.
I know.
Is their career canceled? Is there, do they lose opportunities? No. And it's another example of how we unfairly punish women. I mean, we're all human at the end of the day. I've had days where I've fucking flipped out, and if there was a camera on me, I'd probably be canceled. Maybe I'm not like throwing chairs at someone.
That's the thing in front of a child. That's where it gets...
But you know what? I have never been in a marriage that tumultuous or a home that tumultuous. Again, I'm not... But like
You're
you
not
have to
condoning
get pushed to that point,
it.
right?
I'm so with you. The thing is, it's like, I'm so with you. And I don't think that we should and you're not saying this. So I want to be clear. No, you're not saying this. But I don't think we should excuse her behavior because other guys get away with it. I just think our standards need to be the same towards men.
Yeah.
They should also be canceled. We shouldn't be giving everyone a free pass. I think everyone should be held accountable. But again, obviously you're not just waking up all so happy and lovey and then throwing a chair at someone. You're provoked. It doesn't make your actions right. However, there's context to be understood there. And also even protection. And there's so many things. I didn't see the video. I don't know enough to talk about this. So the
video is not great. I watched it thinking it was going to not be that bad.
And it was.
I was like, oh, that's pretty bad.
I mean, and one can argue that I don't have a right bringing it up on the podcast because I don't know enough about it. But I think it's something to talk about where it's okay, there's just so many different angles here and so many ways to approach it. I think if I was a CEO, I think I would have still aired it and had maybe a disclaimer at the top of each episode whenever it aired, saying, we acknowledge what happened. We do not agree with what happened. We think of all those who were impacted negatively. like this was filmed when we did not know about this, and we're airing it for your entertainment for what is currently happening. This was in the past. Like I think that's how I would have handled it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's so much easier said than done.
I think like, I hate to say this, but like, I don't know. I don't want to say anything bad, but like, I think from a business perspective that they made
the wrong decision.
Well, that's hard, right? I think they made the wrong decision from a business perspective because I'm sure that season costs millions and millions to film. I get it from a PR perspective, but then brings in the argument of why are we not holding women to the same standard that we hold men to?
Yeah.
Because on Sunday, you can turn on the NFL, and I'm sure there's some men who have some domestic violence charges. Or at least in the past they have.
So many. Or I
mean, NFL people have been charged with murder.
I know, it's horrific.
Yeah.
It's horrific. And like even like actors, like, there's so many things.
But I think the issue here outside of that is really just like us holding people to the same standard. And no matter what happens with her, like I don't care if she finds love or not, to be honest. Honestly, she has like a few different baby daddies and like a few different relationships.
Right, maybe I don't judge that though.
I don't judge it. What I'm saying is like maybe I could see the publicity opportunity and like the career opportunity, but maybe like trying to find love right now should not be your priority.
Well, yeah, maybe just actually finding love within yourself, for sure.
Again, I'm not judging the multiple marriages or multiple fathers.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, given everything, maybe The Bachelor, I think at some point this is going to be a blessing for her. It's just too hard to see it right now.
Absolutely. No, something I think I'm a strong believer in that. Like, even when bad things happen, like there's good to come out of it.
Yeah.
And absolutely. But yeah, I just think it's interesting. It's I don't know. I was thinking about it. And I don't know all the details, so I have to look more into it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I just hope she's in a better place mentally. I hope the thing is, imagine getting canceled and then not getting paid. At least she's getting paid.
No, totally. Yeah, I know. I'm honestly like, this is so like, I feel like someone could roll their eyes at this because you're like, oh, like look at you being like holier than now saying this. But like, I hope the child's okay. Because at the end of the day, like that's who's impacted the most.
Totally. Absolutely. So that's what's most important.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, I think that's like everywhere I'm at for pop culture right now. I'm actually like, because I've been doom scrolling and everything lately, I've been trying to stay off social media, kind of like limit my media, intake. But this week has just been a lot. And I gotta stay caught up,
No, honestly, like I'm inspired by you. Like I'm trying to get more like in social media, and not social media, and more in pop culture, because like these things, they bring up bigger topics. Like right now, like this podcast has been pop culture, but we've talked about like really nuanced situation. Yeah. So it's interesting. There was a massive heist in Europe.
What kind of heist? Like a diamond heist?
It was. Let me just get my stats right before I even say it out loud. Do you know it?
No, I have not heard about this.
12 metric tons.
Oh my God.
Of Kit Kat bars.
What?
Which I just love that.
Okay, so 1 metric ton is 2,000 pounds, right?
It's like, I don't even, actually, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that.
1 ton is 2,000 pounds, but is a metric ton different than a ton?
I don't know. I feel like you're asking too many questions here. What's more important is that it's Kit Kats.
Had they caught the heist?
No, they haven't caught them. It was the heist. Thieves stole approximately 12 metric tons of Kit Kat bars from a truck, transporting them from a Nestlé factory in central Italy to Poland. The chocolate and the truck are still missing, but no one was hurt. But
no one was hurt.
Instead of staying silent, Nestle leaned into the story with humor, posting, "We've always encouraged people to have a break with Kit Kat, but it seems thieves have taken the message too literally. This turned the loss into a viral PR win and raised awareness about rising cargo theft."
Interesting. I have mixed feelings.
Okay, tell me.
There are people who are hurt. The sweet tooths.
No, seriously.
But I also fucking hate Nestle. So I'm like,
why?
Haha. Because Nestle has publicly gone on record saying that they don't think water is a human right.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So fuck Nestle.
That's bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they own water brands too?
Yeah. It's all for profit.
Wait, what?
Yeah. We can talk about that next time. We can both do a little research on it. This time is pop culture. Next week is corporate greed.
Corporate greed. And chocolate.
Yeah. But I also fuck with Kit Kats hard. The thing is,
I know.
My question is, Usually heists are for big ticket items.
No, I know.
I'm like, who's buying these black market Kit Kats? Is it a PR stunt? Is it
Oh,
revenge at the
It's
corporations?
me, because I love chocolate.
Okay, but you're not buying 12 metric tons.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
go deep in on my chocolate. I love chocolate.
Okay, I'll give you whatever you need.
No, I'm kidding. I just think it's so funny. I'm like, yeah, who goes after Kit Kat? That's why I was like, that's wild
Yeah, I
to
feel
me.
like the plot thickens on this one.
You know, I'm like really curious. Like, they haven't found the people yet. The truck is missing. Like, what? What was the plan behind this? Like, why did they? Yeah, why Kit Kat? What happened? What's the benefit there?
My initial inkling is either it's like a funny stunt. They're like, let's fuck, like Kit Kat's how absurd.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a fuck you to Nestle.
I think I'm potentially thinking that it's actually Kit Kats, but like drugs dropped in Kit Kat things, bars.
That's a good theory. That's a good theory.
That like would make more sense.
This is legitimately my first time hearing about this, so I have no idea.
Take a second to like digest this information. It's pretty.
It was Kit Kats going from Italy to Poland?
Yep.
Well,
How
you're
does
Italian. What kind of drugs do you guys like to traffic?
I don't actually trying to think. I'm like, what popular drugs are in Italy? I don't know.
Like carbs?
I would just pasta.
Yeah.
I would just think the normal ones, right? I don't know. I don't even imagine like.
I don't know. I don't do drugs.
I don't know. I don't do drugs right now. I actually don't really. I don't do drugs.
She doesn't.
I do mushrooms though, and I do that.
We're both mushroom mommies.
Yeah, we are. I'm looking at what's the most popular drug in Italy. I'm sorry. I'm just curious now.
Like truffle.
Yeah,
like literally.
Truffle. Oh, wait, cannabis.
Oh, interesting.
I'm shocked by that.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all.
Not
and
me.
The reason I'm saying that is because
cocaine.
has anyone ever tried to find weed in Italy? It's hard.
I literally haven't, but I
have.
Well, it's just I'm just so clouded by the cigarette smoke everywhere. I can't smell anything anyways.
Yeah.
Like, that's shocking to me. Anyways,
your people are potheads.
This popped up on my feed, and it's a new study where they surveyed over 5,000 participants.
Okay.
I don't know where these participants are from. However, they found that having children does not make you happier. It's what the new study shows.
Shit, I could have told you that. My mom told me all my whole life.
It's so awful.
No, I know. I had the type of mother, I'm not like bashing her or anything, but she would constantly say, don't have kids.
Awful.
They'll ruin your life.
It's so awful.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's like lighthearted.
I know.
It doesn't have to be that deep.
It's hard for me to hear that because it's like, of course.
But it wasn't like to her own kids. It was like,
yes, it was.
We'd be at the store and like I would try to like ask her to buy something, or like we would do something that would annoy her because we were little kids, and she'd like look at the cashier and be like, you got kids? Don't do it.
Oh my God.
Don't do it. So, yeah, I didn't need a study of 5,000 people to tell me that.
Okay. Well, the study was published by Evolutionary Psychology and was first looked at hedonic well-being, so feelings like happiness, sadness, and loneliness, and the results showed that parents were no happier than non-parents. And I just thought that was really interesting right now because, again, we're in the age where a lot of our friends, we're at the age where people are at least thinking about having kids, have already had kids, and we're in this state of the world where things are scary. And not that like other times haven't been scary. There's always, really intense, complicated, nuanced things going on, right? But I would say right now is especially really hard. And I just found that to be interesting because like often, and the study or the post talks about it, when like you talk to parents, a lot of times they're like, oh, it's the best thing I've ever done. Not in your situation, obviously, with your mom.
No, but I've actually met a lot of people who have said, like, hey, if I had the opportunity to go back and do it again, I don't know if I'd have kids.
Well, you know what's so funny? I'm from a town where it's very much so like, what's the right proper term for it? It's kind of like traditional in the sense of like mothers stay at home and they raise the kids. And so and because of that kind of culture in that society, a lot of it's like, oh my gosh, like this is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. And you hear all these positive things. You don't hear about like literally the trauma of giving birth and like all the like stories of like that. And so that's kind of what I've always grown up with. And then it's just like kind of interesting to question. And yeah, I remember one time I was getting laser on my face or like a chemical peel. And the woman who I'm really close with, she was like, don't have kids. She was like, I wish I didn't have my kids. And that like shocked me. And I I have many parts. I have many thoughts about that. Like, number one, I'm like, oh my God, the poor kids. But also number two, I'm like, I just appreciated her honesty. I feel like
Mhm.
I feel like there's this pressure to be like, kids are the best thing that you could ever do in your life and all these things. And like, you're missing out if you're not, you're doing, or something's wrong with you and all these things. And I actually think I do want to have kids, but and at the same time, it's so refreshing when people are just like not fake about it and are like being real. And they're like, you know what, sometimes I wish I didn't have kids, or I actually wish I didn't have kids at all, or it's actually really hard. I hate it sometimes and it's so worth it. You know what I mean? But like,
Totally.
I would kind of grew up in like the culture or the society where it's like there was no negativity talked about it and it all just seemed so like kind of fake and manufactured, where I was like, okay, what do you actually think? Because like
Yeah.
what you're saying doesn't sound real.
Yeah, and it's like you're a villain if you say that about your own children.
Exactly. Oh my
Yeah.
God. And especially as a woman, like
Yeah.
it's literally a crime to say that pretty much.
Yeah.
Like you will literally be vilified. People will look down on you to
Mhm.
even like have any kind of like negative feeling towards it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting because something we talk about sometimes too.
It is interesting. First of all, well, thanks, Mom, for being a pioneer then and for keeping it real.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just kidding. She's gonna watch us and be like, "Oh my God, Haley." This is the thing. I think it's really depends on the person, and what I mean by
course.
that is, I have friends who have children who, when we were back in our early 20s and partying, and they always were like, "I want to have babies. I want to have babies," and now I see them with their babies, and I'm like, this is your purpose.
Okay.
This is your maybe not their only purpose, because I don't want to like diminish them down to that.
Of course.
But the
like,
way that they interact with their children, or I even have this one friend who's getting ready, she's starting to plan having a family. And the way that I see her interact with our other friends' children's or other kids,
Yeah.
I'm just like, you are meant to be a mother.
Like, you're
you
a mother.
have such a special energy about you.
Oh,
Whereas like for
so
me,
sweet.
I never was the type of person to grow up planning my wedding, planning my family. It's probably because my mom was always like, don't do it, don't do it. But you know what? I think like I'd be more interested to hear like exactly what they're talking about in this study as far as like what are they classifying as happiness.
Yeah, I know. Let me see, but keep going.
But I think like this is what I personally experience. Like on one hand, I've never really had a maternal like inkling like, oh my God, I need to have kids. As I get a little bit older, I do think to myself, okay, I want to have kids actually, but I'm not willing to do it alone. I would
Same.
need all the stars to align for me to do it. And I'm at peace if I don't have kids, right? I think what scares me is like I'm scared about being old and having no one to take care of me. And that's also not a reason to have children.
No.
I also think that some part of me wants to have a child, especially a girl, to be the mom that I never had.
How sweet.
But that's also not a reason to have kids.
I don't think it's a reason, but I think it's okay to be part of the reason. Do you know what I mean? Like that is fair because that actually is very, I feel like, motherly of you, because you want to like nurture someone and love someone in the way that maybe you didn't. I think again, it's not the reason, but it can be part of the reason.
Yeah. I say, you know what? Like, I think that society used to tell women that you will not have a full, fulfilling life without a family. And now we're proven time and time again that that's not true. I mean, women have totally fulfilling lives without kids.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it's okay for people to say, damn, like,
not
had
what I
I
want.
known what I know now, I maybe would have made a different decision, because, you know, raising kids is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and for me, I really think it's like about also, like you said, it's the conditions and the environment you're in. Like, if you don't have enough money to put on the table to raise a kid, like, yeah, that's going to be really hard. If you don't have enough support, like it takes a village. Like when people said it takes a village,
literally does.
It literally does. And so like, I think, and this is now, I'm not trying to get political, so I'll glide over this quickly, but like if we had the right supports in place, I think a lot more women would be willing to have kids, because you wouldn't be alone, and you would have support in it, and it wouldn't be so taxing.
Yeah.
And you can show up in a more feminine way because you would feel safe and you would feel comfortable and you could like be more nurturing. That's like really like not dumbing it down, but that's like making it super high level. It's so much more nuanced than that. But like, I think that's such a big part of it. And then also there's some people that are like, I just don't want to have kids. I don't care what environment I'm in. It's just not something that I'm interested in.
I mean, in full transparency, like, I know that this is going to sound silly, and there's a lot of women who say this on the internet and get a lot of hate from it, especially from men. Being like, oh, well, this is why no one wants to marry you, or you shouldn't be a mom anyways. But like, both of us do. We live incredible lives,
Yeah.
right? We have built this incredible life for ourselves that we have, you know, traveled the world. We have ultimate flexibility. If I literally, if I wanted to tomorrow say, hey, I want to fly and have dinner in Paris, I could do that if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Or if I want to, you know, wake up in Australia or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that, but
it's an option.
It's an option. And I think that for me, I have a hard time thinking about losing that level of freedom.
I know.
That's kind of where I'm a commit-a-phobe. Not in a relationship, but like with children.
I mean, that makes sense to me. I think I totally agree with that. I think for me, I'm always been a girl who wants to have her cake and eat it too, where I'm like, I'm going to have both.
Yeah.
Like I am going to like wake up tomorrow in Australia or in Paris and I will have my husband and my child.
Totally.
Like
totally.
And it will be first class, so we will not. So the child
and the nanny.
So exactly, my baby will have like a good night's sleep, and they won't be crying the whole time. Well, they can, but like I'll be super, like, you know what I mean. Like we're making it work.
Yeah.
In a way that works for everyone.
Yeah.
But like why am I going to give myself a glass ceiling? Like I'm not doing it. I'm going.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I think that's part of
right, but I'm like, that's how that's my delusional. That's like I'm gonna be delusional.
That's delusional. And it's what I was saying earlier. Like I want to have kids, but I need to have A, B, C, D, and E
for sure,
before having them.
And I think that's responsible.
Yeah. And one of those checklists is like, I don't want to change my lifestyle. I want to integrate my child into that lifestyle. Yeah. So if I'm not financially secure enough to buy a third plane ticket, or well, I guess you don't have to buy babies plane tickets apparently, but take them with, if I'm not financially able to incorporate them into my current lifestyle with ease, and if I don't have a partner who can help make that possible, it's not in the cards for me.
Yeah.
But I do hope, you know, I used to be the kind of girl, or not be the kind of girl, but I used to always say, oh, I don't know, maybe. And then I was working out with a friend at the gym a few weeks ago, and she's like, do you want kids? And I said, no, but if I had A, B, and C, I would have one. And she goes, so you want kids? And it seems so silly, but it flipped a switch in my head. I was like, holy shit, I want kids.
Okay, and what's funny about this story is, so like, I don't know if it was that week or maybe a week later, Haley told me about this story. And it flipped my script too. Because I was always like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to have kids. I'm not really sure. Like if I met my husband and like I feel and we support each other and all these things. And I'm like, oh, so I guess I want kids too. Like that like honestly completely changed my point of view.
Isn't that crazy?
Because I really was
so
like,
obvious.
No, it's so obvious. But I was like, oh, like, yeah, I had no idea. So like, it's so funny that your friend impacted you who then impacted me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Should we wrap this up?
We should wrap it up. Thank you guys for joining us. We will talk to you next Thursday. Feel free to subscribe, like, follow. All of our socials are linked in the description below. And we'll see you next week. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye.